ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Today we are going to be playing Bannerlord 2, Mount and Blade. But we're not just going to be playing it, we are going to be telling you basically the best way to play the game, or the best way setup. If you're like many of us, you want to complete the game in your first try, which I did not. It has taken me over probably 4 or 5 campaigns to even get to a game end scenario. But we have this cool open cutscene. I've never played Warband, so. So cool. This cutscene's like one of my favorites. That's like one of my favorite cutscenes. Like, okay, so let us go through all of these and basically show. I would just like to also state before we do this, pick whichever one you want to play as, and I will give you hints on basically which one it is. So, let's start out with the Valandians. You are basically going for more of a medieval knight style playthrough. Their strong suit is their knights and their soldiers, their archers, their Valandian sharpshooters are pretty good, one of the best things in the game. Now let's do the perks. 5% more renown from battles, which is useful because clan tier is what you need to get to the next level. More income while serving as a mercenary. That's not really that good. You don't want to stay a mercenary that long, honestly. Most people go to being a lord in that faction. And then 10% recruiting lords to armies cost 20% more influence. Honestly, if you really wanted to min-max the game, I wouldn't go for Vlandia. They have a good geography, but their soldiers are okay, but they're not the best. Next, we have Sturgia. Well, how do I say this? Sturgia's perks are like one of the best in the game, okay? The negative one sucks really bad. Sturgia, you're basically a Viking. You're basically a Viking. Their cavalry's dog water. It's like one of the worst in the game. Their soldiers are literally the best in the game, and their archers, the Britannian Fions, are the best. Next, we have the Empire. The Empire also has one of the best things in the game. I mean, 20% less garrison troop wage. Being in an army brings 25% more influence, and villages' hearts are increased 20% less. So I wouldn't recommend the Empire. Just because no matter what faction you pick, it's just a boring one. I mean, if you really want, it's a decent one, but it's not the best. I would not recommend. Next, we go to Botanium. 50% less speed penalty and 15% sight range bonus in forestless towns owned by Botanium who have 1+. So, this is what I'm about to say. If you get to endgame, this 10% lower build rate in town patches and settlements is going to make you want to jump. But, like, this is amazing, because 90% of the map is covered in forests. So this is an amazing thing, and also, that's good. But it's not better than the Sturgia, because that basically does the same thing. Armies lose 20% less daily cohesion. This is basically the same thing as this, but this one's a little bit better. Crusades. You're basically playing as the Mongols here, let's be honest here. Horse archers are what you're advantage at. You use them every single second that you get the chance. Your troops kind of suck. Your archers are really good, and that's about it. Your cavalry is also good. Recruiting and upgrading mountain troops are 10% cheaper. I mean, it's okay. It's pretty good. I mean, this is okay. I mean, most people don't even carry around this except for horses and mules. No one really uses that because they take up way too much room. This one could hurt a lot, though. Because, let's look at all the negatives so far. We have recruiting lords enemies cost 20% influence. That's pretty bad. 20%. This one is horrible. That's why most people don't play Sturgia. That one's just a hard one to do. That one's not as bad. Not bad. This one is gonna hurt. You're not gonna make as much money, and you're not gonna be able to pay off money. Now the Asara. Personally, I loved this clan. It was my first playthrough I ever did, and honestly, it's personally one of the coolest ones. They're just so different from the rest. This is overpowered. It's so broken in the game. It costs 15 grand to have a caravan with cheap with more forces, and for just a normal caravan it costs 10 grand. Less trade penalty, and then no speed penalty on desert. But also you have to remember, 90% of the time you won't be in the desert, you're gonna be invading like the Empire. So I wouldn't. That doesn't really this. This is expensive, but 5% doesn't do that much. So I'm just gonna pick a random one. So say you wanted to mint max Blandia. Okay, it's a fun faction play. So you'd click that. Oh, wait, back. Okay, you want to pick your character. Personally, we want to be tall. We want to be, that's a little too thick. We want a big build. We want a Tronker. This guy's the biggest boy on the yard. Next. Okay, this is where stuff gets moving. See all this? Vigor, control, endurance, cunning, social, intelligence? This is where you pick, do you want your guy to be an absolute Chad and be so good at vigor and control and endurance? Or do you want your guy to be an absolute nerd and be good at social, intelligence, and all that? Cunning is kind of useless. I mean, tactics, the perks aren't that good. Scouting's good, rotary's okay. Smithing is okay, but smithing perks only usually go with smithing, so it's okay. Horse riding's good. All of these are good. These are probably the best. But since our guy's an absolute Chad, we have to pick the one. We want mercenaries, a Barnes, 10 skill levels, and 1 riding and pole on magic. Merchant. So that would help that. That would help. So I'm probably going to go with these guys because my guy's going to be a Chad. So you're Braun, obviously. Yeah. Horse riding is good, but you can always, herd of the sheep, works in the village, repair projects, hunt a small game. Train with the cavalry, stood guard with the garrison. Train with the infantry. James served in far away. You served as a. That just gives you intelligence and train with the cavalry. That gives you more pole arm. Stood guard with the garrison. It's kind of mid. Or with the scouts, train with the run the skirmishers. Honestly, this turn with camera is pretty good. And then you successfully led a manhunt. You defeat an enemy in battle. All of these things are good. You wrote. Oh, this is updated. This usually wasn't as long. You trained minions. You rode them. You drove them off with arrows. Subdued the raiders. Next. Stand off. We go like this. I always like randomizing. So greet them. What an absolute chat. Okay. So, how do I say this nicely? Just keep everything normal. Trust me. First playthrough, don't change anything, okay? So now, I'm going to basically show you, sort of, more things that could be useful. This video might be a little longer, but this is supposed to happen. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna skip the tutorial, because I already know. It's just movement stuff, so I already know it. Go back. Okay. Yeah, we don't. Family name. Your, okay, your dad. Okay. 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 I always just pick like a cool one. That's cool. These ones. Don't pick one that a faction already has. Trust me, I've been in that situation before and it really sucks. Because you're just sitting there with the same faction's emblem and it's like super annoying. So, since we are technically, what did we pick? We picked Kuze. No, we picked, Flandia. Okay, so we'll pick this guy. No, that's too basic. No. Okay. Pick this. Blue. 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 Ooh, that looks deadly. Okay. Now that we are out and about, let us get into around. Okay. Let's just move about. Let's just hopefully get into it now. So, this is Cal Radio. How do I explain this nicely? So, the Assault the only reason why they are not in debt is because of this bridgeway and this area. Most of the time, what happens with the kingdoms. This faction, the Botanians usually lose immediately. I'm sorry, it is so hard doing a Botanian playthrough. The Vlandians, which we would play through on this, immediately go after the Botanians, or the Western Empire. And then also, the Sturgeons and the Western Empire go after them. So that's immediately, basically now. If you're trying to play this game long-term and want to get a winning campaign, so with Sturgia, no centered one. Western Empire, you'll do well in the beginning. You'll start a war, though, with, like, a Sarai and one other faction, and you'll get destroyed. Also, the Southern Empire sucks. I'm being honest. I haven't had a single playthrough where they lived that long. The playthrough I'm in right now, they all got destroyed, and there's only one castle left, which they took that one. The Asari is my favorite. They basically have an overpowered spawn area. If you can't do stuff over here, they just go over here. And half the time, they're the ones that invade up here. These guys, though, are pretty good. Sturgia has good units, and that's about it. I mean, that's basically all the advantages, land advantages. Let's see. Can we find a group of, like, looters to verse? I just want to show off some. Oh, here we go. You're mine, bud. Find me if you dare. Okay. So, one of the best things about Bannerlord is their tactics. I don't think if I can show you it. You can't. Okay. There's no units under control. Yep, I know how to use them all now. Oh, come on. Oh, okay, this... I'm used to, like, so much of a faster voice. Boom. Okay. But basically, your goal is, get a decent amount of troops. Once you hit, like, 90 troops, I'm just gonna recommend this right away. You want to get the best type of units you can. Just because you're from Vlandia doesn't mean you can't have any other type of units. That's why I recommend horsemen, go either Elite Cataphract, which are Western Empire, which I'm going to show you, or go Asari Vanguard, because they're really good. And what I'm about to say here is very important. Unless you have over 70 Valandian sharpshooters, they're useless. I'm being honest. Unless you have over, like, 30 of them, they're useless. They're literally horrible. Unless you have, like, literally a butt ton of them. But the Batanian Fions, for how dog water their clan is, or their kingdom, their, what's it called? Their, troop is really good. The Fion is their archer. And it's one of the best in the game. So I'd recommend it if... Please don't get captured. Please don't get captured. I just want to win this. And I died. Well, in battle. Well, we did die. But we can still look in the encyclopedia for a second. God, I suck at the PvP in this game. Okay. Boom. Click N if you want to see it. Trust me, I didn't even know, and I regret it to this day. Now, let's start with cavalry. And go... Empire. Imperial... This is what I'm meaning. This is the best cavalry in the game. Don't even try to debate it. Or you can claim, and it's really easy to get these troops, because you can pick these guys up literally at villages, and it doesn't take long. I mean, they're expensive, but still, it's really good. Okay. Next, infantry. Just save yourself. It's the best thing currently, I would say. Imperial Legionary. Personally, this is one of my favorite units. It's literally just a medieval knight, basically, legionary god. And then Sturgia, the best one is this guy. He's probably better than the legionary. He's just tanky, he's got a shield, so those two I recommend for infantry. Now, finally, let us go into Botania. Where is that? Boom, boom, Botania, boom, boom, Archer. Batanian Theon Champion. It is the best archer in the game. Now, I'm about to say this right now. Don't spend all your time looking for troops, okay? You can recruit them at villages and work with what you've got, okay? Like I'm saying is, if you have to deal with a... Here, Kuze infantry. If you have to deal with this guy, or like... Here, no, that's not what I wanted. It's like their... Okay, this is their best unit there. If you have to deal with this, like this, or him, this guy can be found in villages and can be upgraded into all sorts of things. So what I am saying is, don't be hung up with what you're getting, okay? Because if you spend too long, you'll just get frustrated with the amount of time you're spending on looking for troops. Now, Vlandia. No archers. Oh, now I'll show you the cavalry. Vlandian crossbowmen. This is the best crossbowmen in the game. They're basically a sword unit with a bow. So, I'd recommend them, but they're not the best, so they're okay. This is their cavalry, which kinda sucks, but is good. You see what I mean? This is basically your knight look, if you really wanted. This is basically your knight that you would be getting. There's also another Vlandian cavalry. No, it's not this. Oh, wait. Vlandian cavalry, let's get rid of that. Here we go. This is probably the best knight you'll get, the Banner Knight. Helmet looks goofy, but it's really cool riding into battle with it, so I would definitely recommend it. So, those are my tips and tricks for Bannerlord 2 on how to basically have the best thing set up, because let's be honest here, we all know that everybody wants to min-max this game, and this game is brand new, and most people don't play it, but it's still good. So I hope you guys did like this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see. I just want to recruit a bunch of troops, and then just kill the looters. It's like, they're sort of stupid. Send troops. See, this is what I mean. So you just, like, send troops, and then I guarantee you I upgrade them. Maybe. Party? No. Yeah, see, then you can upgrade these guys, and then these guys would eventually upgrade into them. So if I wanted, this guy could now be an infantryman. But I hope you guys did like this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.